Hey guys, this is Steve with TronicsFix again, and today we're going to be talking about a DIY repair for PS4s that turn on and then turn right back off. There's going to be several tools you're going to need, and the first thing I want to say about that is we do have actually a repair kit, a DIY kit on our website that's got all the tools you need. It's got the security Torx, the T8 security Torx. It's got the PH1 Phillips screwdriver, and it also has nylon washers in it. Now I know what you're probably already thinking. This is going to be like the repair of the Xbox 360, and you're right. It is going to be a lot like that, and there are some key things that you need to pay attention to with the PS4. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and get started with the repair. So the first thing you're going to want to do, let me get my tools out of the way here. First thing you're going to want to do is take off the hard drive cover, which you're probably already familiar with. You just push out like that and that pulls out. And then what you're going to want to do, there's 3 screws. The Torx T8 is going to be one there, and then one on the back. It's just going to be this top cover we need to remove to do this repair. So what we're going to do is take these 2 screws off first, right here and right here. So let's take those off, and then if you have not been into your console or nobody else has, then there's going to be warranty stickers back here. And of course, if your console is under warranty, then you should just send it off to Sony because this repair is not guaranteed. This repair has about a 70% success rate, and that's if the console has not been torn into before. So what you're going to want to do is remove this other black screw just for the top cover. And then if you've not taken the front case off before, or the top case off before, you're going to want to put some fingers right under the lip on the top near the power button. You're going to want to pull up, and then that'll loosen it a little bit, and then you need to keep pulling. Usually you'll hear another click from about right here, but this one's been into several times before, so we don't hear that. And then just grab the other side, the other corner with your fingers underneath and the palm of your hand on the top, and then we're going to just pull up like that, and then this will just slide back. And that's the top cover, and that's off. That's all the disassembly you need to do other than the clamp. So this is the clamp we're talking about right here. This screw needs to come off, and that screw needs to come off. So that's what we're going to take off next. We're going to take off both of these screws, and then the clamp's going to come off. So then what we're going to want to do is take 2 of the washers in the kit, and we're going to put those right on that screw, and then we're going to take 2 more and put them on the other one. So the reason we're using 2 is because 1 is very rarely enough to fix anything, and 2 washers will sometimes fix it, not always. So what we're going to do is we're going to try it with 2 washers. If 2 washers doesn't work, then we're going to try 3. A lot of times 3 will work, but not always. So what we're going to do is tighten these down. Now you can get them pretty much as tight as you can with this screwdriver. Once the screwdriver starts slipping, then you're going to want to stop tightening, and then we can plug it in and see if that's going to be enough to get it working. Okay, so you don't need to put the covers on to try and turn it on. You're going to notice there's a copper pad right here in the front, and all you have to do is touch that with your finger, just like that. So you can see this one, the blue light came on and then it turned off. So what we're going to do is I want to show you one thing here. We're going to touch it again, and you did hear the beep. So then we're going to touch it again, and the blue light's going to come on and go off. So the key here is, if you notice that happening, that's normal. If you notice that after you try and do that a few times, if you touch that copper pad and nothing happens, then you likely have a power supply issue. So keep that in mind. If you touch it once or twice and you hear a noise and the light comes on, then but then it doesn't do that anymore, and you have to unplug it and plug it back in before it'll do that again, then you likely have a power supply issue and not a clamp issue. So keep in mind though, power supply issues are very rare with this sort of thing. Every once in a while there is a power supply that goes bad and can cause similar problems, but that's very, very uncommon. So I hear people all the time saying, well, I replaced the power supply and that didn't fix it. And that's normal. It very rarely does fix it. So before you waste your money on a power supply that costs $40 to $75, let's just go ahead and try this fix. and see if that fixes it before you waste your money on a power supply, unless you have the issue like I just said, where once you try and touch this, it makes noises, and then after you touch it again, then it doesn't do anything. In that case, then you would want to go ahead and probably order a power supply. That's what we would do here, is we would try a new power supply in that case. But that's not the case here. It looks like it is a clamp issue, and we know 2 washers didn't fix it, so what we're going to do is add 1 more washer. We do not need to unplug the console for this step, so we're just going to leave it plugged in, and we have to remove the screws. There's one, and then I've got to get the other screw, and then what we're going to do is just take the clamp off with the screws. And then what I'm going to do is just leave the other, there's 2 washers here and 2 washers there. So I'm going to leave those there. I'm going to put the other washer on each screw. So there's a total of 3 on each screw. So then we're going to want to put the clamp back on. Now there's a trick here when you have 3 washers. When you tighten this all the way down, most of the time, once you get it pretty tight or as tight as you can, it's going to make a high-pitched noise that some people won't even be able to hear. But what's going to happen is if you tighten it down too much and you try and push the power button, there will be nothing. It won't make noise, no lights will come on, no anything. So if that's the case, then what you're going to need to do is loosen the screws slowly, about 1/8 of an inch, 1/8 turn, sorry about that. And then try it again, and keep doing that until it has power again. So this one, I don't know if it's going to do that or not. I don't hear the high-pitched noise, so I'm going to assume that they don't need to be loosened, and we're going to try and power it on again. So once again, this is the power button right here. And you can see that time it just made the beep but didn't come on, which is normal, so we have to do it again. Now we're going to watch the lights. They're staying blue, but it looks like it is staying on now. So assuming that this turns on all the way and goes to the white light, we're going to call this one fixed. But we don't know for sure until it goes all the way to the white light. Sometimes these will stay on for 15 seconds or 30 seconds. Even every once in a while we get one that'll stay on for a few minutes and then just turn back off. But this one, it looks like it does have the white light now. So this one we're going to call fixed. Keep in mind with this fix, sometimes it doesn't last very long, sometimes it lasts for a long time. We've got consoles out there that have been fixed for more than 1.5 years just with this alone. But there are some that, for whatever reason, they don't last very long. So please keep that in mind. Another issue I want to talk about is reballing. Now, we don't do reballing here at TronicsFix. We've actually found this fix is about as reliable as reballing, and so we don't offer that here. But that being said, there are going to be times when this fix doesn't work where reballing would work. So you may want to try and find someone who can reball it if this fix doesn't work. Keep in mind, I'm not talking about someone on Craigslist or eBay that charges 30 bucks for reballing. What you're going to want to do is find a good, reputable repair facility that can repair this correctly, because there's a lot of people doing reballs or reflows, and a reflow is not a good idea for these. It's going to heat the chip up, and it may work for a while, but it probably isn't going to work very long. A reball is going to be your best option for getting it going if this fix doesn't work. Keep in mind as well, there's a lot of controversy. Some people think reballing doesn't work at all and it doesn't fix the issue. It may or may not, but I do know this, that reballing a lot of times will get it working again for some amount of time. How long, it's hard to say. It may be a few months, it may be a year, it may be a few years. So if this fix doesn't work, reballing may be a good option. Hopefully this fix will work because it's cheap. We have our repair kits on our website at TronicsFix.com. Like I said, they're not expensive, and you have everything you need to try this repair yourself, along with this video. So we're going to call this one fixed. I hope this works for you. If not, you can ask me questions or comments. You can send your console in for this repair if you don't want to try it yourself. But hopefully it'll work for you, and I wish you guys good luck. Thanks for watching.